shout out to DFWCon for giving all of the agents a passion planner.
Did you ask Natasha if she uses hers?
I didn't.
We should have send it to her if she's not going to use it. We can use it for next year.
Should. Well, these are great, and I highly recommend them for anybody. It works for you, highly customizable. Anyway.
If anybody went to DFW and didn't use their planner, please send it to James because he would like to collect them for the next 20 years.
Why not?
I know.
It's a good idea. Welcome back to the BookEnds YouTube channel.
Hey.
What are we talking about?
You know what I would like to talk about, which isn't on your list, but I'd like to talk about it anyway?
I should just take over.
Okay. Revisions. The other day, you and I were having a conversation.
I know where you're going with this.
Because I've been working on revisions with a number of clients for a few weeks now. And what really struck me, and it's sort of a reminder, but especially after so many years in this business, that I've come to really learn is that those authors who embrace revisions are the ones who have the most success. It's not about writing the book or even being a great writer. In many respects, it's about being a great reviser. And I mean, if I had to say the one quality that my dream client has, it's embracing revisions.
And not only that, incorporating, I think, advice and criticism and all of that into their writing process. So we can give revisions till we're blue in the face, but at some point, like, I think that's what you're getting at, like, not incorporating them or not learning from them.
Learning from them is huge.
Yeah, because you can nail this book after 10 rounds of revisions. That could have been so frustrating, but if your next book gets to us in the same... Yeah. It's just as frustrating, and it's not... Like, it feels as though you did not learn anything in terms of your craft.
Yeah, and I think revisions are probably one of the hardest parts of the job because you have written a book, you've worked on it, you've done your own revisions. So it's when somebody else comes in and says something that you need to not just look at your own work critically from somebody else's perspective, but also put all ego aside. Good relationship and good revisions still have to be about reaching the same goal, but sometimes it's looking at it differently. I might look at something and think, well, this could be darker, and that might not be the author's vision for it, and that's okay. So then we have to maybe have another conversation about, okay, but it's still not working. Whether you want it darker or lighter, it's still not working, so revisions still have to be made. And that can be part of the conversation. I think revisions, though, so much are about ego and fear, because you have written this book, you have done revisions, you've probably talked to your beta readers about it, and then you send it to your agent, and your agent sends you a lot of revisions, and
your first thought is, I did this, and this is where it is, and this is the book, and you loved it, and now you don't.
Yeah, or I can't imagine any other way, or I can't see that, and I think that it's stepping away from the book and really processing what the reader is saying.
Yeah, writing is entirely like an emotional connection that you have to that project, but at some point you have to switch from that emotional connection to a business side of things and seeing how your book structurally is working and how it's going to fit into the market, and like balancing both of those is the hardest part.
Yeah, I think so. But the authors who are the most successful and have the longest careers do exactly what you said. They sit down and they do the revisions. And that doesn't mean they're writing the book for somebody else.
Right.
It's that they are taking somebody else's comments to make the book better and to do what this person believes they can do as a writer.
What's that quote? Murder your darlings or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. But they're willing to do that.
Yes.
And they have it in their mind that they're not writing their final draft.
Yeah.
And they're writing, and they will murder their darlings eventually if need be.
Yeah, and then they will go to their next book, and they will keep in mind what they had to do with that first book, and they will take that to the next book. And then they will go through revisions anyway, and they will still have to make major changes. And then they will go to the third book, but they will take everything they've learned from book. And then you'll notice that they are growing as writers, and their books are growing and changing. And it doesn't always mean that the next book is their best book, but it does mean that they are learning every step of the way, and it never stops.
Yeah, BookEnds has a ton of authors who have 30 books under their belt, and the one common thread is that they are resilient and they are willing to do what it takes. And if you're not doing that, then
it's going to be hard to have a long-term career as a writer. It really is, because revisions are just as much a part of the process as writing, and that never changes, no matter how long you've been doing it.
Yeah.
So good luck.